Hi, wonderful students. So, really quickly, I'm sad that I won't be able to be with you this week. I'm going to miss your smiling faces and all of your energy. But essentially, I just wanted to go over what you needed to do this week to make sure that everybody's on the same page when I get back next week. And we can actually start Unit 2 of all things. Can you imagine? All right, really quickly before we get started, I wanted you to know you're still in good hands. I'm working on your planner feedback right now, and I'm trying to keep in touch with you guys via email and through our discussion board so that we're making sure that that research question is on point. I know that I'm a stickler for it, but I promise you, if you get that right the first time, okay, then it's a lot easier later on as we go through, okay? One of the things I did want to direct you to is our announcements. So in week 2, make sure that you're reading this over. I give you some tips and tricks to help you out. But I also wanted to make sure that you guys are looking at the other announcements that are popping up. Okay. So I kind of told you where I was finding some of the bigger flaws, like where a lot of people were starting to get stuck, and it really is in the who part of your question. So if you're stuck in your research question, remember that you have to kind of picture yourself as who's going to be making this change. If I were to advocate, right, to somebody to give animals all the rights in the world, right, we're never going to test on them ever, and we'll put them ahead of people all the time. Who is going to do what? How will that happen? So is it the government? Is it the FDA? Is it the NWO? Maybe it's a worldwide thing. Who is making those changes? Okay, and who is the person that, if you were to sit there and like say, "Hey, somebody help me out here," what's the group that's going to help you? Okay, so that's the part that I noticed that most people were struggling with. But please make sure that you're really looking at that formula and going through it piece by piece. Okay, that's why we do the debatability check. Now, when you go through a couple of other things at this week, so let's look at our course schedule. In our course schedule, the only thing that you're really working on this week is that exploratory research essay assignment. All right. I just posted a video for you to go over it, to show you how to use your planner and how to use your planner in order to create your essay. Really, all that you're doing is taking that planner information and kind of massaging and finessing it a little bit so that you are adding in transition words and transitional sentences in order to make sure that you're getting all that information in there. Okay. Remember, a solid summary, all of the information on the crop test should be in there, and a solid reflection. Okay. All right. So that's what we're doing this week. You're working on this, but you're also taking a look at your planner. Do not just put the planner away and be like, I did that, I'm done. What I really want you to do is I want you to take a look at the planner information. Okay. So today you're going to be having an announcement posted that's going to give you this information, telling you that the grades have been posted and to see if there's a 1 or a 0. A 0 always means that you didn't turn it in, so you got to turn it in. And a 1 means that you didn't fail. I would never give you guys just 1 point on a 60-point paper. What it is an attention getter for you to say, uh-oh, I did something that Miss T couldn't see, or something was up. All that is it will give you directions in the feedback as to what I need you to do, okay? And please make sure you just follow the directions. Don't freak out and resubmit that assignment, okay? Always look at the number, not the letter. That's the rule in this class. Number over letter every single time. Now, the other thing that I wanted to make sure that you guys were understanding is when you go into your feedback, I keep saying, look at the feedback, use the planner, right? When you go into the feedback, I give you a little bit of an overview. I grade the rubric, and then I give you inline comments. The inline comments are going to look like this. So you'll see a little box like this, a little sticky note. Hover over the sticky note and then see what I had to say. You might want to jot down some notes or something like that. Or as you're writing, keep your planner open, right, in 2 different tabs, right, so that you are good to go and really getting all of that information in there, okay? I would highly recommend reading the sample before you complete your assignment so you have your goal all set. All right. The last thing that I wanted to share with you is this. As I see you guys on either Wednesday or Thursday, I want you to read and annotate this article. It's very short, okay? It is called In Defense of Binge Watching. And essentially, what we're going to do in class, like you've got to come prepared to class for this one. I want you to kind of take a look and see what the article is all about and make sure that you are reading it, checking annotations, and making sure that you are comprehending it so that you're able to discuss it on either Wednesday or Thursday when I see you again. We are going to be using this article in order to do an activity to get us in the zone for week 3. Okay. In week 3, we're going to be bumping up our research a little bit, finding 2 new articles, but it's going to be a little bit more complex than just what you did in the exploratory essay, okay? The articles are going to be a little bit more directed and a little bit more focused. So, and you're going to be coming up with your own ideas and your own questions for this essay. So, in order to do that into practice, make sure that you read and annotate this article, maybe print it out, have it ready to go, have a good working knowledge of it because we are going to be using it. Finally, before you come to class, make sure that you go through weeks 3 and 4. There's not a lot of information in here. It tells you information here. If you even want to do our second practice article, you can, because we'll be reading this in class. So you want to get ahead of the game, that's cool. But essentially, make sure that you are reading over the information. Open this up for you. And then you can also kind of take a look and see what the comparative essay looks like, okay? You can go through that material so that as we're working toward the comparative essay and going over it and practicing in class, you might have a working knowledge of it. It's up to you. It's in week 4. I always like to set a goal, so it's up to you what you want to do. Essentially, guys, that's what we're doing this week. You're writing, you're using your planner, you're reading the article, okay? And you are getting yourself all prepared with comparing authors' perspectives so that when we get back into class on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to hit the ground running and roll into the next unit, okay? This class goes very, very fast. Now, if you need me while I'm away, please let me know. I will be checking email. I will have my phone with me, so you can text me, okay? It might not go through right away. There are like thousands of people going, so who knows about this signal, but I'll do the best that I can to keep up with you guys. The other thing I wanted to share is I'll be there. Oh, I will also be grading as we go. So for those of you late people, if you do not have your essay in, today is Tuesday, if you do not have your planner in, I cannot guarantee when you're going to get feedback on that planner, okay? I'm travel all day tomorrow. I might have some time on Thursday, but I don't know. So, you know, getting things in late isn't going to be the best idea this week, only because my time is limited. My day is today to grade. And so if it's outside of that time frame, I'll do the best that I can. Okay. So please understand that. All right, everybody, let's end it on a positive note. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to tell you all about my vacation. Goodness gracious, it's a conference for school, but I hope that it's like a vacation. And I can't wait to talk about In Defense of Binge Watching with you on Wednesday. All right, everyone, good luck. Have an awesome week.